just 19 years old. Hilary Duff's diverse talent, striking beauty, and girl-next-door appeal have made her the brightest young star of film, music, and fashion. Hilary became the best friend of little girls everywhere as Disney Channel's Lizzie McGuire. She soon went from Disney to media darling, topping the music charts with 4 monster hit albums and starring in blockbuster films like The Lizzie McGuire Movie, A Cinderella Story, Cheaper by the Dozen, and Material Girl. Always a fashion favorite on the red carpet, Hilary has channeled her unique sense of style into her very own clothing line, Stuff by Hilary Duff, and a new fragrance called With Love. But what's closest to her heart is her unwavering commitment to making a difference. Hilary works with numerous charities and was hands-on in New Orleans for USA Harvest, personally bringing food and aid to Hurricane Katrina victims. A great role model for young girls, Hilary has always carried herself with a high level of class and integrity. And despite her ever-increasing fame, the girl next door somehow seems to keep both feet firmly planted right on the ground.
All right, come on out here, Miss Hilary. Go! What's your natural hair color? Are you a natural blonde?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't seen it in such a long time. Isn't that sad?
Really? So in this movie, you're playing it here. It's like a sexier character. It's not a Lizzie McGuire.
It's not. No, it's a little bit different. It's definitely a little edgier, and I mean, it's appropriate. It's just something that I haven't done before, and it's fun. She plays
kind of glowing about it. Why is that? You're like, I'm just so happy playing.
I'm just really. It's such a great movie, and I'm so happy to be a part of it, and it's really a great part for me. She's kind of like this oversexed pop star, and it's not that she wants to be like
Hilary
that.
Duff oversexed.
I mean, yeah, a little bit, but you know, it's more like that she doesn't want to be like that, and that all these people around her are making her be like that.
Okay.
So the movie is very controversial, and it's very funny. You know,
the movie is controversial within the movie,
comedy.
or the public is going to look at it as controversial.
Movie. Everything about the movie.
Really? And you think it's also controversial because you're playing somebody that's oversexed and your image just tends to be cleaner?
No, I don't think it's controversial because of my character.
Okay.
You know, it's not. It's really not anything too drastic or horrible. It's just something that I haven't done before.
And now you have a boyfriend.
I do.
What's his name? Joel Madden?
His Joel Madden.
Joel Madden. And it's interesting when I see him, he is all tatted up. He's you know, he's not somebody that I would expect you to be with. Yeah. Why be attracted to someone that's so opposite? Or is he really opposite?
He's not. That's the thing. It's so funny. Everybody, you know, we've been together for 2 years, and it's just. That's so not him. Like what everybody looks at and sees, all those tattoos and stuff. Like sometimes I even say like I think that the way he looks is really like the way my insides are, you know, because I feel like the one sometimes it's like, let's go out, let's go be social, let's do this, let's do that. Like he's a total homebody.
Wait, so his tattoos and his outsides look like your insides? What tattoo is living inside?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Would it be a scorpion?
A scorpion?
Uh-huh. Or a heart with a dagger through it?
Oh, what tattoo is living inside of me?
Of you.
Oh my God, you're so funny. I don't know. I'm trying to think now. Oh my gosh, you put me on. No one's ever asked me that question before.
A sexy woman like hanging on a car?
No, but actually Joel has a tattoo of like a woman, and I'm like, why did you get that? What is that for? Like, I don't get it. There's like, you know, boobs showing and everything. I'm like, what is that about? What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything.
And how is it dating somebody that's older? Because you're 19 and he's, how old is he?
He's 27.
27. He's so old. Child, I'm 32. You must think I'm a grandmama up here. So how does it feel dating somebody so old? Can you relate to somebody that's 19, 18 years old, a guy, do you think?
We do relate. Like, he's such a good person. You know, we believe in a lot of the same things, but he's very smart and very, like, it's funny, we debate about things all the time,
like
you know,
what?
things that I believe, like maybe sometimes politics, or, yeah, he's really, really smart, and I love that, you know. And
so politically, do you have a stance? Are you a conservative or a more liberal?
I think right now I'm kind of in the place of being in between. Like, I'm not in between, but there's things that I like from both sides.
So what would you be conservative about, do you think?
I don't know, it's hard to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
It's especially hard to talk about in LA, you know?
Really? Because everybody's so liberal.
Yeah, and I think I'm more liberal than not, but
I just saw Bill O'Reilly on Oprah, and he was saying that when people are more conservative, especially in Hollywood, it's difficult to speak about that because it's such a liberal world. It's such a liberal world.
I think here in New York, you know.
So you probably have some traditional values that people in Hollywood go,
Yeah.
And do you ever feel pressures being in this industry? I asked Beyonce the same thing, like of body image, and because, you know, it's so difficult these days to, everybody's saying that you have to look a certain way. Now you have to look this way. One day you have to look this way. How do you deal with that pressure? Because I feel the pressure. We all feel the pressure.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that at the end of the day, you have to be happy with yourself when you come home. You know, and of course there's times where you feel insecure, maybe if you're out somewhere, someone's taking a picture and you don't look the best, or
how do you feel when you see a picture of yourself in Us Weekly and it's like, wah!
Yeah.
What does that make you feel like?
Do you know what's funny is, like, every once in a while I'm in those magazines, but I stay away from the places where I know that I'm going to get photographed. Now, if they're outside my house and they're following me, there's no way that I can avoid it, you know? And I really like to go walking in my neighborhood, and I'm not going to let them take that away from me.
And how do you stay away from it? Because you are, what I think you're hot. You're that girl that is, you're beautiful, your career is succeeding, but you don't have the image of some of those girls that are doing the same types of career things as you. So how do you stay sane and away from it?
I think that personally I don't like it, so I just try to avoid it at all costs.
I don't like it either.
Because it's so...
I don't have to go out. So.
You know what? I think that you're totally going to relate with this, but I call the job that we have is a 24-hour job. You know, it's like, even when you're not maybe coming here or working, you're going outside and you're working because everybody knows who you are, and everybody wants something from you. And it's not in a negative way at all. It can be very flattering, but sometimes you just have to have like that minute where you feel you know, and so...
Do you ever feel like you're sometimes being bitchy to somebody because they want something from you at that moment? I want a picture, Hilary, I want a picture. And you're like, you know what, I just had a fight with my man, and I want to cry right now, but I have to smile for this picture. Do you have those moments?
I do, and, you know, I'm generally like a pretty positive, like energetic, happy person, so I have a hard time saying no to people, but I've gotten to the point that, like, when I'm eating at a restaurant or something and I'm with my boyfriend or I'm with my mom and I haven't seen them in a while, I'll just be like, I'm sorry, I'll be like stuffing my face, and people will be like, can we get this, can we get that, can you talk to my friend at home, like, and it's flattering because they like you, but sometimes you just have to be like, I'm sorry, I'm eating, and then you turn into the bad guy because they don't get what they want, which is hard, you know? Yeah,
you know what's funny is my rule is if I'm eating ribs,
it's a no.
You know, I can't sign because it's the barbecue sauce and I'm licking my fingers. It doesn't mean that I don't want to sign or you know, give you a hug. It's just there's the rib juice.
So the fix is this: eat ribs at every meal, right?
Ribs all the time. No autographs, please. So tell me about your program. You have this program. It's called Blessings in a Backpack. What is that?
Well, I mean, I work with a lot of charities, and I do a lot of charity work, but this is a new one that I'm launching. Actually, some of the clips that you guys saw was I did in New Orleans a couple months ago, and
for Hurricane Katrina.
For Hurricane Katrina. And the same guy that I work with that stuff, his name is Dan Curtis, and he created Blessings in a Backpack. It's really amazing. It's where kids will bring backpacks to school, empty backpacks. A lot of kids that they don't have money for food at their home, they don't get fed unless they eat at school, and you would be shocked to hear the amount of kids that the only meals that they get are at school.
Wow.
And so basically they take their backpack to school, it gets filled up with food, so when they go home they get another meal. And it has motivated all these kids to bring their backpacks back to school to get more food to bring home.
And to come to school.
And on the weekends.
And to come to school,
and to come to school.
Yeah. And I understand that you watched the Tyra show in Bulgaria? What is that about?
Well, I was telling everybody backstage that I really love your show and I'm really a huge fan, and I TiVo all of the shows. You don't understand.
You do? You TiVo the Tyra
I honestly really do. It's a little sick. I was so excited to come on. I was like, yay!
to take a break, but we'll be right back with Hilary. She's working on a new album, she's got a perfume, she's got a fashion show, and we are going to surprise one of her biggest fans. I love you. We'll be right back.